Alright, so this is a continuation of the PASGT helmet and vest video. This video is going to be on the PASGT helmet. We're going to put it together from start to finish, starting with just the helmet shell itself. As I said, it's hardened Kevlar, probably level 3A protection, 9mm submachine gun and less. This is a medium. I don't know if you can see, it says M3 right in the middle. There's a booklet. Has all the sizing charts and how to fit it to your head and that sort of thing. I'll probably put a link in the description or create a slide with these measurements and add it toward the end of the video. You're going to need the helmet, suspension system, the sweatband, a helmet cover, chin strap assembly, parachutist helmet pad, parachutist retention straps, and A-nuts or a screw set. Just go to Google, type PASGT helmet screw set, and there'll probably be several places where you can find them. It'll have all the screws and the A-nuts that you'll need, and these are called A-nuts because it looks like an A, the shape. You'll get 6 A-nuts and 6 screws, plus 2 screws down here on either side of the flange for the chin strap assembly. You'll also need a helmet band, the elastic helmet band with the cat eyes. On YouTube or on eBay, some people sell these things are reflective. Don't buy the reflective ones. These are glow-in-the-dark plastic, I guess. That's the actual issue, is glow-in-the-dark, not reflective. And you'll need some 550 cord. There's also a round half-inch foam piece, like a foam donut, I guess, that goes in there, sits on top of your head. We'll discuss all that, but anyway, we're going to get started. Prior note, all your A-nuts and stuff, take some CLP or some rem oil or some WD-40 and spray the screws. Like, take the screw out of the A-nut, give it a spray WD-40, and then put it together and screw it down as far as it can go to where the screw comes out of the hole. You want to get those threads coated, otherwise the screws over time will rust into the A-nut itself. That's what happened with this helmet. I got this helmet off eBay, surplus, and some of the screws came out pretty easy, others were stubborn. Here I don't know if you can see, I had to take a Dremel tool with a cutting wheel and actually cut the head of the screw off, because I'm sitting here with 2 Gerbers and pliers and just it would not budge for the end of the world. So basically I had to cut the screw off and push it out the other way. But anyway, let's get started. Get your suspension system. It's going to have these straps and has holes in them. You'll need, they're sized accordingly. This one's a medium. If you got a medium helmet, you'll need a medium suspension system. Always look, they'll have a printed ink logo or something, letter. Has a string that goes around. It's sewn to the front part. This is the back part. Has velcro to where you can tighten or loosen that string according to where you want your melon to be. So you'll just put it on your head and adjust it accordingly. You'll have to fiddle around with it and test it several times. I had it a little looser than that. I'm just going to put the velcro in place. That seems pretty good. Because you want a spacer in between. You don't want your head sitting right on top of the helmet. You want maybe 1.5 inches of space. That's what all this does, is it gives you space between your head and the helmet itself, to where if you get hit with a bullet or fragment or whatever, it's going to lessen your chances of TBI. Anyway, adjust the suspension system to your head, and then we're going to put it in. I'd say do only the sides. We're not going to do the back or the front just yet because of different accessories. Alright, quick note with that. With the A nuts, you don't want them pointing like the A. You want them more like a V. The rounded portion of the A nut, you're going to want it pointing down. If this is the helmet, you're going to want it to be like that. Alright, on the inside. Don't have it the other way. The rounded portion has to be pointing down. As you can see with these other parts in the suspension system. So we're going to put the A nut through the hole in the suspension system and then into the hole in the helmet. Put the screw in. Make sure your screws are all lubricated, and have a decent, a screwdriver that fits the screw so you don't strip the head. And screw it down. Don't want it too tight, just make sure it's not going to go anywhere. Actually, we'll use, you can get different lengths of screws. There are the standard screws, which are kind of short. I don't know, guessing maybe 1/2 inch. They make longer screws. It depends. If you're going to put, where is it? Let's say a night vision goggle mount that goes on the front of the helmet. There's a hole there for the front screw. Alright, you're going to need a longer screw. You're not going to need the 1/2 inch screw. You're going to need, where is this? The longer screw. Some guys will just take the, I'm using the cinch mount, the nod, so I'm not going to worry about it. But some guys will, there's a hole there, and they'll just take the bracket and put it on and use a longer screw to mount it directly to the helmet. But we're not going to worry about that. We're going to use the regular screw. But be aware that there are 2 different size screws, a long and a short screw. So yeah, get all your A nuts in there except for the back one. If you have the where do I put that? The parachutist helmet pad, you're going to need a longer screw for that. You're going to need the long screw. If you get one of these, it should come with the longer screw, so it shouldn't be an issue. That's going to go in the back, and you'll use the longer screw. We'll get to that in a minute. Just make sure the rest of your A nuts are in with the suspension system, and the rounded portion is pointing down. So, alright, the next step is the headband, or the sweatband. You have a web strap with velcro on it, and little black pieces of velcro to the sides, and it adjusts in the back. You can see the rounded portion of the leather, and these. Make sure this is pointing down. If this is your helmet, you're going to want it to be like this, not the other way around. You're going to take it and put it around your head, say your forehead, go all the way around, and then just put the velcro into place. And you don't want it too tight. You want it to, it's messing up because my hair is so long. I've been growing it out. But anyway, adjust it accordingly. Don't want it too tight. You just want it to kind of like slip on. Like when you put your helmet on, you don't want to have to jam your helmet onto your head. If you give it too tight, it'll give you headaches all the time. So yeah, just have it to where you can put it on. Make sure the Velcro is in place. And then with these little black Velcro strips on the sides, we're going to put, like I said, this portion without the leather is going to be at the very back of the helmet. So we're going to put it in like that inside the suspension system. The black Velcro is going to go, I don't know how well you can see this, it's going to go around the suspension system, and be aware it has those Velcro pieces on there. It's going to clip there, go all the way around, and then come over the top and Velcro into place, and then the leather will go over it. see how that went? And you're going to go do that around all of it. There should be 6. It's going to go in between each part. So we're between the A-nuts, basically. You'll have an A-nut securing it here, and you'll have slack in the middle. That's where these black velcro straps are going to go. It's right in that middle section. So adjust your headband, put it inside the suspension system, and velcro it into place. We'll come back when that's done. Alright, so we've got the suspension system in there. Like I said, when this gets bolted down, we'll have a little room in between the top and the suspension system. Then the headband goes in there, the velcro goes around the sides, comes up over the top, and velcros down, and then the leather gets pushed up over there. Do the front and then the sides, and leave the back alone. If you're going to get one of these, I don't see why not, because it's all of this is obsolete. So there's a zillion of these things floating around on eBay, and they're just doing no good. It's about a ½ inch of padding, almost like in a football helmet. It'll give you some protection at the back. Usually when people fall, you're going to hit the back of your head on the ground. It was designed for parachutists, because when you hit the ground, you're going to hit like a sack of shit. And you might think, well, I'm not jumping out of any planes. I don't need it. For $3, get it. You never know. Might save your brain someday. But anyway, then the parachutist retention straps. It's a single Velcro strap, or a nylon strap with some Velcro on it, and a grommet in the middle. And that's going to go, when you put your chin strap on, that's all you have holding this thing to your head is your chin strap. When guys jumped out of planes, I knew one guy that lost his helmet on the drop zone this way. You have your parachute on your back, and when it opens up, the risers are going to come up, and the risers hit the back of his helmet and basically just pushed it forward. Chin strap and everything. He lost his helmet, just fell 700 feet to the ground, and we never found it. So these things, this strap goes on the back, and the Velcro will go around your chin strap. I'll demonstrate later, and it'll help hold basically turns a 2-point chin strap into a 4-point chin strap, kind of like the newer helmets, and it'll keep it on your freaking head so you don't lose it like that. But anyway, we're going to put that together, the retention straps and the parachutist helmet pad. Basically, like I said, you'll need the A-nut with the longer screw. We're going to put the A-nut through the suspension, and you'll need this. Think of the way it's going to go on. You want the Velcro on the outside of the helmet. So if it's going to be on, this is going to be on the inside. You want the Velcro accessible to the outside. So I take it and fold it over like so, and that's going to give me, take the grommet, fold the ends over with the Velcro facing you or facing out. We'll put the grommet in front of the hole in the helmet with the A-nut. Put the screw through. I don't know how well you can see. Grommet, parachutist, or grommet, then the pad. It's going to go at the very back of the helmet. It has this cutout to where you can pull this down and it'll let you work. So that's going to be, damn this thing. This is a pain in the ass. I hope somebody gets some use out of this video. There we go. We've got the grommet down, then the pad, then the suspension system. Just push it over. You got that hole in the suspension system. Push the pad down, and then where's the A-nut? Here we go. Make sure the rounded portion of the A-nut is pointing down. And push that into place through all of that. Hold it in place, and then put the screw through the back and screw it into the A-nut. Tighten it down, and you should be good to go. Alright, then you'll put the cutout portion, just push it back forward, and then you'll take your suspension system, or your headband, put it over that, I believe, yeah, and then adjust those velcro pieces to go back around the suspension system. Do that real quick. Push this through here. It might help to have like a screwdriver or something to push these things through. That's going to come over the top and back down. Other side. Like I said, you might have to adjust your suspension system or your headband. Probably should have done the other side first. Yeah. Do the left side first. Make sure everything in there good. Push this through. Over and down. This process is a real pain. And like I said, you want to adjust it, make final adjustments. Keep it loose, put it on your head, try it on, see how it fits. This feels a little snug, but that's probably because of my haircut. Like I said, I've been growing my hair out all year, and if I had a military haircut, this would be fitting my noggin pretty nice. So we'll just push this over. Keep everything flat. Be real careful with the, push this velcro over here. And we'll take the screw or screwdriver and push that velcro down. Everything might seem a little loose at first, but it's going to get tight. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws on the side. All the suspension system's in there and adjusted. We've got maybe 3/4 of an inch of space between the top and my head. We've got the parachute landing pad at the back. The headband is attached to the suspension system. We've got the parachute retention straps with the velcro facing out. Those are going to come down and attach to your chin strap. I think maybe you can see it better now. You're just going to hang there for a while. And so yeah. Bam. Probably look goofy as hell, but whatever. Now we're going to install the chin strap assembly. like so. There will be a dot. Pull the dot fastener. That's going to go on the left side of your face. Don't put it on the other way, because then your chin strap's going to be upside down. The dot fastener is going to be on the left side. The other side just goes directly into the helmet. So those other two holes that you've got on the helmet, that's where that's going to go. Like so. Okay? You'll have these other screws. These don't have A-nuts. They have these little nuts. I don't know how well you can see that. It's got like a cutout to where you can use 2 screwdrivers to kind of put it together and take it apart. It also has a little washer. It'll come off. A little metal washer. That's going to go in between this and the helmet itself on the inside. Alright, so like I was saying before my memory card got full. What the fuck? Anyway, you have the helmet, and we're going to put the chin strap in. You have the chin strap comes with the longer, I don't know. It doesn't look much longer than 1/2 inch, but I don't know. That screw is going to go through here. Then you have the washer. Has a tiny little washer. That's going to go on the other side of the screw. Okay, and then the chin strap is going to go on top of that. That washer is going to keep the chin strap from being screwed directly to the helmet. It's going to be let it pivot on the screw. So put the screw through the helmet and put the washer onto that screw, and then which way did I have this? It's the right side, right? No, that's the left side. Alright, anyway. Then the grommet on your chin strap is going to go over top of that, and then you'll take your nut and put it on top. You might want to push the screw out in this process. Hold it down with your thumb to where that's in there, and it will allow the chin strap to pivot. And then just take your screwdriver and tighten that screw down. You shouldn't need to use the other screwdriver just yet. Like I said, you don't want it to be too tight. Just make sure it's not going anywhere. Hand tighten it. And it might be a little too tight. We want this, like I said, to pivot. Loosen it up just a little bit. Yeah, that's good. Because see, the screw's not really moving too much. Some bitch. We just want it to be able to pivot on itself. You're going to do the same for the other side. Pretty simple. Unscrew this. Screw. Washer. Chin strap. And then the nut. You'll have this portion here, just put it on top and push the screw out and tighten it. Alright, see, now your chin strap's in place, and it's going to be able to move a little bit. Like I said, you don't want it too tight. Same thing. Loosen it a little bit to where it can move freely on its own. That might be a little loose. So yeah, you have your helmet and the chin strap. These parachutist retention straps, like I said, if you have your helmet like this, sun's freaking hot today, you're going to undo the velcro, and when you have it on your head, this is going to go around part of your chin strap and then come back to hold it into place. Like I said, it turns your 2-point chin strap into a 4-point chin strap to keep it on your head. So yeah, like I said, you don't have to necessarily be jumping out of planes to have this equipment. It's just good to have. If you look at the ACH or the Mitch helmets, the Army Combat helmet, the newer one, they have a 4-point chin strap. 2 screws at the front and the back, and that's the whole chin strap. It comes down with a nape pad in the back. That's basically what this is. So yeah, you can have that with surplus stuff. I mean, the newer helmets aren't exactly better helmets, is kind of my point. And you have pretty good padding at the back and a good solid chin strap. Alright, so I'm going to move out of the sun now, and we'll finish putting this together. But for the most part, the helmet is good. We just have to attach the camouflage cover and do some finishing touches. Alrighty, so basically the only thing we have left to do is put on the helmet cover and the helmet band. At this point, where is it? In this booklet it talks about, what is this called? The Parachutist Foam Impact Liner. Yeah, Parachutist Impact Liner. I've never used these. We never had to use them in our unit. I think maybe this is one of those things the Army introduced as a flop. It's basically a strip of foam, and you could take some foam and cut it in like a V-shaped notch, and that would go at the front of your helmet, and then the other piece of foam, the rectangular portion, would just go on the inside all the way across. Basically it acts as this thing, to where you've got foam at the back, the front, and the top and the sides to protect your brain. But like I said, we never had to use it. It has the details for how that would go. As you can see, it'll go in the top of the helmet and at the front of the helmet. I'm not too worried about it. I've got several jumps and never cracked my head open yet, so never got a concussion, but I don't know. Anyway, that's all complete. Don't know how well we can see. I moved inside more because the sun's fucking hot today. Got the suspension system, headband, chin strap, parachutist helmet pad, and the retention straps, and all the screws and stuff. It's looking pretty good. Helmet cover. All U.S. helmets come with a cloth camouflage cover. You'll notice they have these slits in them. They're like buttonholes on your jeans or something. There's slits all over it. That's so when it's on the helmet itself, you can stuff grass and twigs and other bullshit in there. The whole point of that is to break up your outline. You don't want it looking like a helmet, because if your helmet looks like a helmet, somebody's going to shoot at it. You want to break up the outline. That's one of the most important parts of camouflaging anything, is breaking up the outline. You don't want it to be recognizable to anybody as a helmet. But anyway, we're going to put that on. There is has 6 little straps with some velcro on it. It has a hole at the front for the screw. Like I said, if you were going to use the longer helmet screw to mount the night vision bracket directly to the helmet, that would go through here. Helmet covers are pretty cheap. I think Woodland's the best. It also has at the back of the helmet 2 slots for the retention straps to come through. So we're going to put this on. I think I'll start with the front. I'm just working on over. Oh yeah, by the way, the helmet covers are sized according to the helmet. you should be able to tell the size. It should be printed on the top inside of the helmet cover. I'll be right back. Here's a desert example. Got a desert helmet cover. On the inside at the top it'll say what it is, has all that information, cover, ground troops, parachutist helmet, medium, says right there. So get a helmet cover that'll fit your helmet. Otherwise you're going to have a hard time doing this. It'll have a seam going all the way around the bottom. Make sure it sits on the flange pretty nice. Make sure everything's nice and tight. Pull it up and over. We'll take the retention straps, put them through those slots at the back. Also, it's got holes on the sides of the helmet cover at the bottom. That's where the chin strap's going to go through. So undo your chin strap, pass the dot through there. On the other side, you'll probably just have to unbuckle the chin strap portion itself. Alrighty, so memory card keeps getting full. Anyway, like I said, before that happened, the slots at the side of the cover, you're going to pass your chin strap through them. Go ahead, fasten it back up and buckle the chin strap back through there. So we got our retention straps through the back slots and the chin strap through the side slots. Then you have these long ass, whatever these are, these straps with the little velcro pieces. We're going to take those and put them through the suspension system and then back around and come down. You don't want it to come over your headband. So as an example, we'll take it, put it through here, come back over and around. You probably can't see this real well, but if you have one in front of you, you should be able to figure it out. And or in between, it really doesn't matter. Remember that space we have between the helmet pad, or the headband, and the suspension system? We'll put it around the suspension system and then come back down through there and then just velcro it into place. You're going to do that with all of them. Now these straps in the back are kind of longer. I like to take them and we'll go around the suspension system and the headband and crisscross them and then bring them back down and around. Should be because otherwise it might just be a little loose, just having it hang down there. I like everything to be nice and tight and in its place. But before we do that, you have your helmet band, right? The glow-in-the-dark cat eyes are going to be at the very back of the helmet. Centered, you have these seams going along the middle of the helmet. Put the cat eyes back there, and then just pull the helmet band over the helmet. You want it about down there. The middle screw in the front of the helmet is right about there, so you want it just underneath it. It'll go all the way around the side. There's the flange part where the ear piece is. Go all the way around. Pull this down and center it. And what we're going to do is take about a foot of 550 cord, hollow it out, fuse the ends, and you're just going to wrap it in, I forget what this is called, like a half hitch or something. Take your 550 cord, put it in half, take it down underneath the band, then take both ends, make sure they're even, and then you're going to pull it through the loop. Create a loop, put that through there, and then cinch it down on itself. You want it the other way, like that. I don't know how well you can see that. Like so. And then that slot, there should be a slot right there for the camouflage or whatever. We'll just take that half hitch or whatever it's called. It's been a while. I'm not a master of knots or whatever, but we'll tuck the 550 cord down in there, and that's going to go around, and you're going to tie it to the suspension system itself. That way you'll have two pieces of 550 cord keeping your helmet band, the elastic band on your helmet. Otherwise, when you're low crawling and stuff, this helmet band will have a tendency to come off. Probably would have been easier to do this before I started putting on the helmet cover velcro. So undo all that. Like I said, it's a little easier if you have a screwdriver or something. Make your half hitch, and then just poke the 550 down through that hole. Should be able to pull it out and around. You see, that holds it on in place. I'm going to take that, and this is where the A-nut is, towards the front of the helmet, remember? We'll just put one piece around each side. Try to look at my camera. Alright. Half hitch around the band, through the slot. And then take the two ends and tie it around that A-nut. You'll bring it towards, shit, I need a flashlight or something. Oh, that works. Just tilt the tripod. Put it around either side. Get it at the bottom. Flip the leather up, and then we're just going to tie it together. Should be able to do this with just an overhand knot. You might want 1.5 foot of 550. This gives you a little more to work with. Just tie it in a knot. Square knot probably be best. Alright, so tie that in place. Flip the headband over, and just move this around to where it's not smushed, or it might be smushed, I don't give a shit. And then do that with the other side. That'll secure your helmet band to the helmet. Like I said, we've got that. Make your loop, pass it down, pull this through, and then back through there. So I'll come back in a second when that's done. Alright, that's done. Tied. Like I said, passed it through there. And so now we're going to take this. Wish I had better lighting here. There's our A-nut. And on either side we have that 550 going around that A-nut and tied into a square knot at the top of that suspension system. Just going to take the strap for the cover with the velcro and pass it around one side of the suspension. Pull it nice and tight and bring it back down and around. and velcro it into place. Do that with the other side. And then we have to do the ones at the back. With your parachutist or tension straps at this point, just go ahead and pull them up over the helmet and tuck them under your helmet band to where it looks like you've got little green antennas at the back of your head. I don't know. Make sure everything on your helmet cover is nice and tight. You want that seam going all the way around the flange. Take these, like I said, these are substantially longer than the ones at the front, so I'm going to take it and go back around the suspension system, crisscross, and then come back over the suspension system and velcro in place. Do it with the other side. When I crisscrossed them, I attached them to the other ones. See that this one goes to the back, but I brought it over and crossed it to the other one. So attach them to the opposite velcro. How'd that other one go? There we go. Alright, we are done. You can see they kind of make like an X, go around. Might be a little harder to learn from the video, but like I said, if you look at the beginning of the video, I tell you what components you need. Get everything, put it on a table in front of you, and watch this video as you're putting it together. It'll make a lot more sense. Be a hell of a lot easier, and this is the quote-unquote right way. According to airborne infantry, this is how you do it. You're not going to really keep these up there. I always did. Some people said you're supposed to tuck the retention straps up in there. There ain't no room in there for that. I always kept it like this. Nobody yelled at me for it, so not too worried about it. It's all surplus shit anyway, so you can do what you want. I assume that most of you don't have a chain of command to bitch you out. Anyway, that's that. Helmet. Got the cover, the band, 5/50, retention straps, cat eyes, pad, headband, suspension system, chin strap. The whole shebang. PASGT helmet. Now, other accessories. There are a shit ton of other things you can get for this. Like I said, the foam donut. It's not really needed. This will fit on your head pretty nice. I just like to get one of these. They had them on base and sell them for like $1. And this will just go up in there and make it a little more comfy to where you don't have nylon straps rubbing against your head. You just have like some foam. There should be space at the top. Like I said, you want some maybe 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch between the top of the helmet and your head. Guys would put all sorts of dumb shit in there. Friggin' girlfriend's panties, pack of smokes, whatever. I always kept like a piece of a VS-17 panel for signaling, near far recognition, and a laminated 9-line medevac report to where you can write on it with the alcohol markers and call it up real quick. Let me see how well this fits. Yep, it's good. There's all that. Then you have the, well, let's talk about the other covers. There's the desert covers. There's the Gulf War I covers that have the little chocolate chip pattern. They also made Arctic over white covers. You'll notice this doesn't have the little slits because in the Arctic there's probably not a whole lot of vegetation to stick in your damn helmet. Got mosquitoes swarming me now. Fucking, that just goes on over there. What else we got? This funky looking hat. We got issued these in basic. I don't know if they still do. It's like a cold weather cap. It's got like a little flip down visor thing, and these long Velcro straps. And you look goofy as hell wearing this shit. I don't know if you can tell. This is actually an accessory for the helmet. It's a cold weather hat and a helmet liner. It has these slots here. That's actually for your chin strap to come down and go through to where if it was really cold you could wear your helmet with this up underneath it and wrapped around your neck. So, helmet liner. Oh yeah. The nod mount. Like I said, most people would attach just the bracket to the helmet itself with a long screw. When these originally came out, they have these, I don't know, it's kind of like a ratchet system, almost like the old rollerblades, if you remember rollerblades, God. And it has a metal hook at the back. That goes on the back of the helmet. A lot of people, it comes with this other strap, and people are like, well, what the hell is this? People just not even use it. You'll notice it's another chin strap. If you look at pictures of video of special ops guys, Navy SEALs and stuff, they'll always have like their nods and stuff, and then they'll have a big thing at the back of the helmet. It's a counterweight because the night vision is going to pull down your helmet, and you'll continually be pushing your helmet back up on your head. So you can either use a counterweight or take that metal hook, and it has a little slot here, and we'll take this added chin strap, and we'll just pass it through here, tuck it up in there, and when you wear the helmet, this chin strap will go over your already existing chin strap and help to keep back pressure on the helmet to where your nods don't pull the helmet down over your face every 5 minutes. I'm going to demonstrate that real quick. Let's push this up on the back, centered, tuck this chin strap in there. This goes over the top, straight down the middle, and then you'll clip the bracket to the front of the helmet. Got some excess, I'll just tuck it underneath. And it'll be kind of loose at first. Put everything on, make sure it's tight, tuck the excess underneath, and then you'll just take this ratchet and pull it down, and it'll stay clipped to the top of your helmet. So you have your helmet, chin strap, the other chin strap will go on top of your chin strap. This fucking shit. Like so. And that'll keep your helmet from falling down. It'll just keep back. See? So I mean, with the retention straps and this chin strap, I mean, you've basically got a 4-point chin strap, helmet harness. It's basically like the Mitch ACH things. Newer does not always mean better. This is level 3 protection Kevlar helmet, and it's slightly bigger than the Mitch or the ACH helmet, which offers more protection. The newer Mitch helmets and stuff, they would remove a portion of it back here towards the ears to where guys could use the communications headsets underneath their helmets, but being that you're probably a prepper or an airsofter or whatever, you probably don't have access to all that shit. That's Navy SEAL shit. So anyway, that's how you do it. Thanks for watching, I guess. It's just been a pain in the ass, man. It's a hot day and it's stifling in this garage, but I thought I'd do this. I hope somebody gets some use out of it. Go get a helmet. Don't be one of the guys with the tactical baseball caps and the plate carrier, man. Go get a helmet. 50, 60 bucks could save your life. Bye for now.